Once there was a wise old monk who lived in a beautiful secluded monastery in the mountains. The monk had a young apprentice who, like many young men, was full of energy and always eager to prove himself. One day the master sent the apprentice to the village at the foot of the mountain to fetch some supplies before the young monk set off. The master handed him a small empty basket. On your way, pick up stones and fill this basket until it's full. He instructed, puzzled but obedient. The apprentice did as he was told. As he walked down the mountain path, he picked up pretty stones, shiny stones, and some that were uniquely shaped. By the time he reached the village, the basket was heavy, and he was exhausted from the weight in the village. He gathered the supplies and prepared for the journey back. The master met him halfway up the mountain. Seeing the apprentice struggling under the weight of the basket and the supplies, the master asked, "Why is your load so heavy?" "I filled the basket with stones just as you told me to," the apprentice replied, panting. "Why did you choose to carry them all the way here?" "The master asked you told me to fill the basket," said the apprentice a bit defensively. The master smiled gently and said, "I told you to fill it, but I did not say you had to carry it all this way. Why didn't you leave the stone stones that were of no use to you?" This simple parable holds profound wisdom about the burdens we carry through life. Often we fill our lives with burdens that we choose ourselves: grudges, prejudices, unrealistic expectations, fears, and material possessions that do not serve us. These burdens weigh us down, making our journey through life more difficult than it needs to be. Here are the lessons that we learn from this powerful story. 1. Letting go of material attachments in modern life. It's easy to become attached to material things. We accumulate possessions thinking they will make us happy or fill some void in our lives. However, like the stones in the basket, these possessions can become a heavy burden. Simplifying your life by removing unnecessary material possessions can free you from these burdens and lead to greater peace of mind. 2. Releasing grudges and resentments. Holding on to grudges and resentments is like carrying a stone that serves no purpose other than to weigh you down. Forgiveness is not just a gift to the other person, but a release for yourself. It allows you to move forward without the heavy burden of past hurts. 3. Abandoning unrealistic expectations. Often we burden ourselves with expectations for our lives, our careers, our relationships that are not only unrealistic but also unachievable. These expectations can create unnecessary stress and disappointment. Learning to accept life as it comes, appreciating the present, and adjusting your expectations can significantly lighten your emotional load. 4. Overcoming fear. Fear is one of the heavy stones. We can choose to carry it. Prevents us from taking risks, from stepping out of our comfort zones, and from truly living. By confronting our fears, we can overcome them and free ourselves from their weight. 5. Avoiding overcommitment in an effort to prove ourselves or please others. We often take on more than we can handle. This commitment can lead to stress and burnout. Learning to say no, to set boundaries, and to prioritize your commitments can help maintain your mental health and well-being. The wisdom of the parable is clear. Be mindful of what you pick up and choose to carry with you. Just as the apprentice learned, it's not just about what we gather as we go through life, but also what we decide to leave behind. By consciously choosing to remove the unnecessary burdens, you can make your journey through life lighter and more joyful.